seconds and counting.
Hey, what's up, guys? Clutch State Entertainment here, back with another video. I'm Drew, and today we will be talking about the Houston Texans, as they have announced they will be interviewing two candidates for their second interview for their vacant head coaching position. And these two guys are Broncos defensive coordinator Ejiro Evero and Giants offensive coordinator Mike Kafka. Let's start with the one that we heard about first this morning, and Mike Kafka. As you know, the Giants season just ended a couple of days ago in the NFC divisional round against the Philadelphia Eagles, where they lost 38-7, meaning that Mike Kafka has a lot of free time on his hands now. Kafka is just 35 years old. He is in his first year as the Giants offensive coordinator, where he was previously the Chiefs quarterbacks coach and passing game coordinator. But one thing that people may not remember is that Mike Kafka was a former NFL quarterback. He played from 2010 to 2015. So really not even too long ago. He was drafted by the Eagles, played for the Patriots, Jaguars, Buccaneers, Vikings, Titans, and Bengals. And he was usually, just a backup quarterback, never really did much with his NFL career. So he went over to coach, was able to coach Patrick Mahomes, and was kind of able to climb the ranks there a little bit. A lot of people thought he might eventually take over for current Chiefs offense coordinator Eric Bieniemy for his offensive coordinator position. But when Dable got hired by the New York Giants, he decided to join him to become the offense coordinator. And he's done a fantastic job with the Giants offense and the kind of the progression of Giants quarterback Daniel Jones, who had a very shaky start to his career. And this year, Jones had a career year. Over 3,000 passing yards, 700 rushing yards, a great touchdown interception ratio. And a lot of that is due to Mike Kafka and his quarterback playing experience, his job as the quarterback's coach, offensive coordinator. Without Mike Kafka, I can't say that Daniel Jones would be playing the way that he played. So that is something to think about when you see the Texans, interviewing him twice. And, their first interview was just over Zoom because Kafka was preparing for the playoffs. This one will be in person. Not exactly sure where it will be, maybe in Houston, who knows. But Kafka clearly has impressed, Texans brass with Nick Caserio, their GM, owner Cal McNair. This may not be the year for Kafka to actually get a head coaching position, but like I said, he's only 35 years old, a somewhat limited coaching experience. He will eventually get his turn to be an NFL head coach, and maybe, just maybe, he gets a chance to be the Texans head coach, but we'll see how the interview goes. And the second guy the Texans are interviewing, like I said earlier, Ejiro Evero, he is 42 years old. Fun fact, he's actually born in England. Thought that was pretty cool. He was a former NFL player for the Oakland Raiders. He just played 1 year. And after that, he became a coach, started his career at UC Davis as an assistant coach, where he went to college. Then he kind of climbed the ranks. He was actually an offensive assistant at one point for the Niners in 2012. Then he became their defensive assistant. Then he went to the Packers to their defensive quality control coach. And he was the Rams safeties coach from 2017 to 2020. And then the year after, he became the passing game coordinator, obviously defensively, along with being the secondary coach. And then this year, when Nathaniel Hackett was hired as the Broncos head coach, he decided that he was going to become their defensive coordinator. So this is like Kafka. This is also Evero's first year calling plays. And man, oh man, did they have success. Obviously, the Broncos did not have a good year. Everyone expected them to be good, with the addition of Russell Wilson, and they were far from that. But their defense was fantastic. They had the number 8 overall defense in the NFL, only allowing 320 total yards per game. That's very, very, very impressive. Obviously, they traded Bradley Chubb, they lost Von Miller, and Evero was able to put together a very successful defense in Denver. Evero is only 42 years old, and he's just kind of a coach that's been climbing up the ranks. This is kind of a modern defense. The things you kind of saw the Rams do, moving Jalen Ramsey into the slot, those four-man pressures, good coverage. A lot of that had to do with Avero's time in Los Angeles, and he transferred that over to Denver. You saw how good Patrick Surtain played this season, and a lot of credit can be claimed by Ajiro Evero. He's an impressive coach. He, kind of like Kafka, will likely probably not get a head coaching job this year, but just the fact that he's getting a second interview is very, very impressive, and he's going to definitely get his opportunity to be an NFL head coach one day. As for other interviews, likely won't be seeing any more. Maybe Sean Payton could get a second interview. Not sure how legitimate the interest is there, but the two main guys that everyone's been talking about for the past couple of days have been Eagles defensive coordinator Jonathan Gannon and former Texan slash Niners defensive coordinator DeMeco Ryans. Those guys cannot have their second interviews until the NFC Championship game is over. Fortunately, the Texans interviewed them for the first time, so they don't have to wait even longer. But once the NFC Championship game is over, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they can interview both of them. Obviously, one of their seasons is going to be over with Jonathan Gannon. Potentially Shane Steichen, too. Eagles offensive coordinator could get a second interview, but the leading candidates at this point are Jonathan Gannon and DeMeco Ryans, who we do expect to get second interviews at this point. And it kind of seems like, those two are really fighting for the job at this point. DeMeco Ryans had a fantastic interview with the Texans. Some said it went well, some said it was long, very successful. Hearing that the McNairs have really just kind of fallen in love with the idea of DeMeco Ryans as their head coach. And the connection to Jonathan Gannon with Nick Caserio. He's already interviewed the Texans with a total of 3 times now. Likely going to get the second one, making it a 4th interview in just 2 years. And maybe Jonathan Gannon will finally get the job. But that's going to be it for today's video. Expect a lot of more news about the Texans head coaching search in the coming days. And we'll see y'all next time. Peace.